Good morning. You know, today is going to be a great day.
It is, Judge. You know, it's one day closer to Friday, Judge.
It is,
It is.
but we can't call it Friday's Eve because it's not Friday's Eve. Vashawn, I was sent a joke though, and it started my day off well. What do you call a hunter with no nose and no body? Nobody knows.
Oh.
So it's been making me chuckle all morning just thinking about it. My mom told me the other one, what do you call a deer with one eye? No idea.
Good morning, y'all.
Good morning. Oh, excuse me. Who is this?
I know, right?
Yeah, it was only one day, but a long day without you guys.
Oh, yeah. Mhm. Yeah. All right. I'm going to call the docket. When I call the docket, stand, let me know you are here. If you don't answer, I'm going to assume you're not here. And a warrant will probably be issued for your arrest. Shawnee Hodges. Shawnee Hodges. Oh, wait a minute. What day is this? Oh, it's not the right docket. All right. No wonder. I was just going to say, we're starting off bad. Let me see. Where's today's docket? That was for the 30th, right? Ah, here we are. Let me print it. Oh, you know what? No, this is the correct docket. It says January 30th.
Judge, we were sent everybody's dockets for today.
Yeah, look at the.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh, 144th, 175th. Oh,
It was not a big one thought.
all right. Because I was wondering, why is this docket so huge?
Judge, we're so productive.
Let
They wanted to send us.
me just tell you, people are always sending us stuff.
When you're the best, Judge.
All right, Tamar McIntyre is in custody. Angel Galindo, custody. Jordan Robbins. Thank you. Destiny Alvarez. Destiny Alvarez. Keith Hunt. Keith Hunt. And custody is Israel Cortez. Leslie Cox. Leslie Cox. Derek Reyes.
Here's your honor.
Thank you. Jonathan Oleg, he's in custody. I'm going to learn how to pronounce that name. Prudencio Rodriguez, custody. Troy Harris, custody. Hank Finney. Thank you. And custody is Joe Blakely. Victor De La Vega. Thank you.
Please stand.
Tomas Hernandez. Tomas Hernandez. And custody is Nathan Cruz, Kevin Cepeda. Kevin Cepeda. Simone Reed. Renee Hernandez. Well, Deputy Laura, I think you're going to be busy today. Julian Rulas.
Is that for our court, Judge?
Hmm?
Is that for a court?
Oh, gosh, 226. I'm telling you. Why did this happen? Let me go through. 227, 290, 399. All right, Virgil.
I think they're supposed to report down.
They're supposed to come back here, though. Am I missing the docket? Is this?
Judge, I just went through and tried to.
It's trying to be a Monday. Thank you. Jasmine Hunt, custody. Anthony Davis, custody. I think that's everybody. Hopefully nobody's missing. I don't know what's up with this docket.
Connor, did you get the recall docket? Cynthia Gage and David Gerwin?
Yes, Gerwitz, he pled yesterday, so that's done. And Cynthia Gage. Cynthia Gage?
In custody, Your Honor.
Ah.
And for the NTR docket, we have Anthony Davis in custody and Joe Blakely in custody.
All right, awesome. All right, so I think Katrina Ruiz is supposed to be here, but you saying they recalled downstairs?
Yes, but we were 2 and 3 on Bardu and Ruiz, so they were, and Zach's actually downstairs talking to Judge O'Connell right now and in impact, figure out where we're ranking.
Okay,
As of
because
this
if
morning.
they're not trying down there, then we can try it here. All right, is there anyone whose name was not called or you came in late? This is gonna be one of those days, but you know what?
No, Judge, I got it.
We're gonna smile.
We got this.
All right, back row, what's your name? Travis Mann, is that Mann? Do you know your SID number or case number? Do you know who your attorney is? All right,
Date of birth.
date of birth? All right, thank you. Just have a seat. We'll get with you. Yes.
Wesley Cox.
All
First
right.
row, ma'am. Nate.
And then over here. All right, that's recalls from yesterday. So
First row.
you'll need to pull the file on that one. And state that's a recall from yesterday? Yes, sir.
Jose Vivas,
Jose,
Vivas,
Lewis.
all right. Do you know your SID number or case number?
date of birth,
Yes.
12 July 7, 2005,
Wait a minute, you threw a lot of stuff at me. What's your date of birth?
July 12, 2005.
All right. Do you know who your attorney is? All right, just have a seat. We'll get with you. Yes.
SID number 765614.
Wait, 765?
614.
And do you know who your attorney is? All right. So guys, here's the thing. The females who come to court, they always know their SID number, their case numbers. Guys, step up your game. All right, back row.
RRW 72792 116312.
Thank you. See, guys, that's how you need to come into court. Know those numbers. All right, just have a seat. We are going to get with you. Is there anyone else who came in late or your name was not called? All right, we're going to start jury trial up at 11. It is Tuesday. It has sort of a Monday feel to it, but we're going to be happy because it's Tuesday and not Monday. All right, everyone, please confirm. Yes. Sure. And let me ask you this. All the people on this side, are these all?
Please. Thank you.
I'm gonna send you a text. Mhm. Yes. Let's do that. Yes. And it's a night mag, correct?
Correct, they both are.
All
I
right.
checked them both.
All right, thank you. All right, Victor Della Vega, if parties can approach. Who's the prosecutor on Victor Elijah Della Vega? Okay,
Put yourself in there. Please.
all right, and so there was appointed counsel, so you're hired now?
No, Judge, I'm stepping in for Mr. Munoz.
All right. So what's happening with this case?
Judge, Mr. De La Vega has 2 misdemeanor cases. He's applied for the mental health PTD program. He's been accepted into the program and there's a referral in process. So he hasn't actually started the mental health PTD program yet. The state intends on dismissing their case once he starts the mental health PTD program.
And my understanding, Judge, because I used to be in the mental health court in misdemeanors, and he has to sign a contract, he has to go through orientation, so just once that process is done, I can dismiss the case.
So when is this contract going to be signed?
Judge, he was accepted on the 17th of January.
I'm sorry, I had just talked to him this morning. He said it's for my felonies.
Yeah, they're going to dismiss the felony,
Oh,
but you're
okay.
in there on the misdemeanors, okay? So he was accepted on the 17th, Judge, and we're just waiting on the contract.
So when is that?
I'm not
Contract.
sure, Judge. I can reach out to the mental health court, and I'm actually set in County Court 12 on another case today, so I can ask them as well.
All right, so I tell you what, if you'll go down there, see when the contract is going to be signed and make sure that there's no holdup because he has the felony case
Yes, Judge.
and then I'll give you a reset.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
And Judge, just so the court's aware, so I used to be in the mental health court with Judge Huff for
Mm.
a couple of years, so they know how to contact me, so the second that this is the point where we can dismiss the felony, he's set to go.
Okay, all right,
Okay, I'll run to County Court 12.
all right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
And you know what?
Yes, Judge.
Maybe they can give you a contract now. Why is it so hard to get a contract to somebody to fill out?
Judge, I think it just takes some time with all the applicants. I was gonna say it's the same way with the PTD. You know, once they've been accepted, it takes probably about 2 or 3 weeks to get an actual
They need to
contract.
cut down that.
I'll work on
timeline.
that, Judge. I'll get some additional funding for the courts.
Mhm. I appreciate that. Anyone else who came in late? Destiny Alvarez.
I'm present, Judge. I spoke with her yesterday. She should be here.
All right, thank you. Keith Hunt, Leslie Cox, thank you. Tomas Hernandez. You need to get on the front where you were late.
Third. First floor.
Diana, I'm gonna text you.
No.
It does, right?
Communication.
It is. Communication will solve so much, so many problems.
Judge was being the helpful judge. She wanted everybody to stop.
But I'm telling you, Mahia, that is the first guy who's ever stood up and knew his SID number, knew his birth date, knew all the information we needed. When I was practicing, I would always have to talk to the girlfriend or the mother and say, can you make sure they get to court on time?
It's always the male defendants, right? They always know their city.
Put in my screen.
Yes.
This weekend
What was playing this weekend?
on WTV,
Uh,
AMC.
The Chiefs were playing the
No,
Ravens.
AMC channel.
Oh, they said AFC.
No,
Oh,
AMC. The Warriors.
The Warriors, one of my favorites. I mean, it is.
Mhm.
I was watching it.
Judge, have you ever seen the Warriors? I highly recommend.
I still cannot believe you've never seen the Warriors.
Well, you know, I've seen it so many times, Judge, it's hard to remember
Mhm.
what happens in the movie.
I mean, that is a sad, sad childhood.
You two will get there.
give it up.
Deputy Laura, you know, on Tuesday, I've never had a taco.
Isn't
And
today
I've-
Tuesday?
Hmm?
Isn't today- You wanna talk?
It is. I've never had you know, people always say Taco Tuesday, and I've never had a taco on Tuesday. But I can't have a taco because I'm doing my, you know, my thing.
That's the heart. So that's why I assume it's just this. Yeah, if you don't mind, because I just, yeah, I know you. We all know why. Yes. Look at yes. I just. Haven't really been a lot of. Yeah. But I did talk. Just only see each other. So. Would it be something for the regions? I thought it was, again. It's how it was. So on bond insurance. I may have still cool. No, I mean, oh, that. I think there is. If she's either pending or she's just. Jerry, that's all I have. Yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't won anything. There is that. I just don't. I don't see it.
Yeah. And that is the recording style is one of the biggest where you were out sick and she wanted to help. Yeah.
Awesome. We will rely on. And. Because. See, I can't see. There's a lot of trolling. But it does have a lot of stuff, but I mean, I think all the fan files, take about 4 or 5.
I forgot to bring my book
I was gonna ask you how far.
because I could have, I didn't get a chance to do any last night. I still have the 40 pages. I could have finished it today. Well, at least, now.
Almost way back.
Yes.
Wow.
That's very funny.
I'm gonna be so happy. Yeah, exactly. What am I doing?
Are they going to trial?
We don't know. Judge actually told that we might be. He's mad about the information that's about last night on the other case.
Yeah. It's not, it's not, yeah, but my circus.
Yeah.
My circus. I had learned that. Oh, it's- what is that? You guys remember? What? It's like-
No, it's O'Connell.
Not bad, right?
So he was like, okay, so we're still.
Okay, just like very chill. Yeah, the candle burning. I mean, that smells good in here. Vibe, I don't know. Rocked here. Yeah, or a number. It was totally
We just know that Drew's not gonna make it.
Like, we believe we can.
Well, let me see, because it's, I think that it's Michelle Starr. Let me see.
I think there's a chance, not a high.
Michael Collins. He's listed as the attorney.
Tell you, I would probably feel really good about myself if I was like, wow, what else? Kindle. Yeah. My skills are terrible.
Okay, let me check it out. It takes a while for this to load up. All right, this is family violence. I'm gonna see if they can contact Bianca Herrera. So I'm gonna see if they can do that.
The two of the balance of my opinion. The guy.
Do you have a file?
No, just briefly,
Yes.
the probation officer just talked to you about Jasmine Hunt on that.
Yes.
You want me to stick around to see the result, what they respond, or do you want me to go to other courts?
No, if we're gonna take care of this. And we're just waiting to sentence her, correct?
We were gonna, I think because of part of it, you have to allow her to withdraw her plea and then put her on that, in that course. As long as she, I think she's gone through all the steps.
Right, so I need you all to contact Bianca. Let me see what her full name is. I want to say it's Bianca Herrera. It's on Jasmine Hunt.
Okay, Judge.
She's at 2522. If you can call her, because they say that a packet has been submitted to her on Jasmine Hunt. This is the case where if she's accepted, you all have agreed to let her withdraw her plea.
Okay,
But this has been going on long enough.
sure thing. Yeah, absolutely, Judge.
All right, thank you.
Yeah.
I do have somebody else on today's docket though, but I'm waiting for somebody from the special unit to get here.
Oh, you did.
So where's your client?
Destiny Alvarez,
Yeah.
this gentleman, he's in custody in Comal County.
Ah,
He's not on today's docket, but I'm hoping to get a bond set on it because I think he's likely to be released on a writ there, just because he's been in for so long without those cases being filed.
all right, let me do this. Because I don't have all this information.
Okay.
I'm gonna forward it to Judge Nahara,
No.
and he may be able to take care of it today.
Can I give you my brief pitch for a bond though?
Oh, sure, but I mean, I'm
Okay.
not gonna have the information if I don't speak with your client. That's the problem.
I see. Okay.
Otherwise,
Because it was just basically the affidavit of surety to surrender. I think you
oh,
increased the bond to 25,000. And so I'm just asking for that to be set again because his bond company then after that got off the bond and then it got set at no bond. So I'm just hoping to get what you already set it at reset.
all right, can you pull and I trust what you're saying,
Okay,
but because everything is going up, I need to have it attached.
I understand, Judge.
So if you can pull that information for me. Yes, because that's a horse of a different color now,
Okay. Yeah. We looked at the,
much like Peppy Longstocking, which Zach has never seen. I hope when your daughter's old enough, you will let her watch the Warriors. When she's of age.
which he is, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will.
Zach,
All right.
childhood has been lacking.
Yeah.
Do you know he's never seen the Ten Commandments either?
Is that the one, like the old movie with
Yeah.
Charlton Heston?
Yeah.
That one? Yeah.
Have you seen it?
I've seen that. Yeah.
He hasn't.
Okay.
I'm like, that's classic.
Yeah, although I'm normally the person that everyone's like, you haven't seen that
Yes, no,
movie? You know, how come you haven't yet?
No, he hasn't seen any of it.
Okay.
It's shameful.
She's just talking about movies you haven't seen yet.
Gosh,
I've said normally I'm that person.
this indictment hasn't gone through a grand jury.
All right,
If I may just provide just a quick small update. I spoke with counsel. So this is a CTD case that Daniel's made some good notes in.
okay.
So I told counsel, I said, if he knows off the top of his head, please confer. But if he doesn't know, I will do it as soon as.
Ah, okay. I didn't know this was CTD because it was,
I kind of had that charge. On it. Yeah,
Yes.
ma'am, absolutely.
all right,
But
thank
if he
you.
doesn't know, I will solve it.
Oh, thank you. You're so awesome. I appreciate that.
Just, I'm a warrior, Judge.
No pun intended.
All right, and then who is your other case? Are you ready on your other case?
I'm not, Judge. It's in Destiny Alvarez. I think there's a special prosecutor on that one.
All right, we're gonna get them down here.
Yeah. I think it's somebody from the Texas Department of Insurance, they said. So I don't even know if that's somebody,
What? That's a division now?
I don't even know if that's somebody within the Bear County DA's office or if that's
All right, did you talk to the state? Are they calling them down?
I did. I think they figured out who it was.
Okay,
I made contact.
all right, awesome. Destiny Alvarez?
She is
Not here.
on her way. She's been texting me. She
Okay.
should be here in the next few minutes.
Thank you.
Or one of the other things.
And then I think Animal Hood is supposed to be by Joe Thomas, and that didn't make the docket either.
No, I
But
think
he's not,
Like he wasn't gonna make it.
no, he's just supposed to stop by so we can get a date. Yes. And family violence. And impact court, are they actually going to be trying your guys' case? What's up with that?
So we just got a text from our advocate, probably, Your Honor, 1 minute ago,
Yeah.
2 minutes ago, and as of the latest update we have, they are starting jury selection on the one
And
seventy.
Jessica and Mario are heading upstairs.
They'll be starting jury selection on the 175th case.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll start our case here then.
Yeah.
All right.
I
So what is it, Ruiz or Virgil?
believe
Virgil?
Marju is a little bit
Okay,
older, Your Honor. Yeah, more so.
yes. So we'll take up Mr. Virgil.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. All right, thank you. Ah, okay. And so there is a bond increase to 50,000? Okay.
The original bond was 5,000.
Okay, and then okay, we're gonna take care of this today.
What time? Oh, don't bring your guy.
Approach your room.
Yes. Do you have a file?
Cynthia Gage and Troy Harris.
Yep. Couldn't find the file. What is sendable? Awesome, thanks.
Yeah, it's seven.
Cynthia Gage. Where is Cynthia Gage? You come with the file, so,
I don't see it.
well, I mean, so that means you didn't confer with her. Why are you before me?
Well, Your Honor, let me explain. I'm in a jury trial on a murder case in the 176.
Okay,
We picked the jury yesterday. I just
All
wanted
right.
to inform the court about it.
okay, your client is in custody. So are you all starting trial now?
Yes, sir.
All right.
We picked the jury yesterday.
So what time are you starting your jury trial today?
I was told that I needed to be there at 10:15.
Okay. Deputy Laura? Ah, just one. Is Cynthia Gage downstairs?
Yes, Your Honor. We call to.
All right, because the only reason why I say that is because this was set on January 23rd,
Right.
and then it was recalled for January 25th. And now it's today, and she's saying she hasn't seen you.
I'm sorry?
She's saying she hasn't seen you.
Right.
So I'm gonna have the deputies bring her up so that you can see her, because she's saying she hasn't seen you.
Okay.
Okay,
That's fine.
all right, so they'll bring her up and then we'll get you over there as quickly as possible.
And I have someone else, Troy Harris.
Troy Harris,
He's in custody too. I think.
all right. All right, and Deputy Laura, we need Troy Harris as well.
Yes, he went to go get it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Liz.
You're welcome.
What I need is actually.
That's really.
Okay, easy with this.
What's?
Yeah. Now, when you're talking stuff, we go about it, and on this, and when I was just- This is,
Oh, your son.
is 93253. 532 932.
I would give Judge the copies that she needed for them.
Okay, thank you.
All right, just give me a moment on this, okay?
No problem, Judge.
Yeah, 7, well, he may have more. I know he's got a bunch. Honestly, not a lot of them have one face.
Yeah.
I can see. I mean, I don't know if she can bring me that. Okay.
Well, obviously, the. In terms of like. their- Yeah, so we won't, that will, absolutely.
It'll be below what.
Awesome, yeah, I'll write it down.
Well. You know, you said.
Nathaniel,
Yes,
who's the
Judge.
prosecutor on this?
Daniel Escobar.
All right.
Good morning, what's happening?
All right. On this case, I see the previous judge is Jefferson Moore. He actually set it at a bond increase of 25,000 with all same conditions and GPS. And so it's showing on the system, as you said, which I knew what you were saying was truth, but I just like to attach the paperwork to it. The bondsman did an affidavit of to surrender surety once he was taken into custody.
In the other county, that's true.
Yes. So are you going to have any objections to me putting the bond back at what Judge Moore ordered?
No, Judge, that's actually what I had agreed to with defense.
All right, so I'll put the bond for the 25,000 per Jefferson Moore with all same conditions. And they're asking for full GPS, so it's going to be full GPS. And then if he has employment or something, we can take that up.
Back at different times.
Yes.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All
Appreciate
right,
it.
you're welcome.
Let me know if I need to take that to the back.
You may want a copy.
Okay. And then my other client is here, Judge.
All right.
I'm just waiting on the prosecutor on that, Judge. So if I could be excused to County Court 7 to take care of another matter,
Yes.
I'll be right back. Thank you.
Well, no, I mean, yeah. So that's.
Everyone, we're doing jury selection at 11:30. Everyone, your paperwork needs to be turned in by 11:15. If it is not, what's going to end up happening is you're going to be called back, and it'll probably be a time that's inconvenient to you. Not that we're purposely trying to make it inconvenient for you, but that's what will end up happening. And there are a lot of people on this first row over here. If you did not come in late, you should not be on that first row. If you were late, you need to be on the first row. Destiny Alvarez. Thank you. Keith Hunt. All right, we are good to go. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning. How are you doing?
I am trying to figure out where we need to be.
Well, they're telling me that Judge O'Connell is starting a different trial.
Correct.
So
So we
here.
came up here.
yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make
Good
sure.
call.
Did you, well, Carolina made the call, so I just followed directions. But I was gonna say, so you need us to stay here to figure out if we're gonna be in the trial lineup
Yes.
with those instructions.
Yes.
Okay.
And if you all want to, you can leave and just come back at 11.
I will do that.
All right, thank you.
For the judge on Mr. De La Vega and the mental health court.
Yes. Yes, I did.
Daniel, I'm just gonna let the judge know about the mental health court. Okay.
All right.
Judge, I spoke with Elizabeth Penzian. She is the case manager for the mental health court. She said it would take about 2 to 3 weeks to get us the contract.
Okay.
She said that she will, because I went down there in person, she said she'll try and expedite it. But she admitted that she's fairly new to the mental health court, I guess, case manager program herself.
Mhm.
And she spoke with, I didn't catch her last name, but a young woman by the name of Adrian, and Adrian confirmed about 2 to 3 weeks.
All right, Victor De La Vega. All right, I'm gonna recall it for February 26th. This will be the last setting for mental health court to do whatever they need to do. I don't understand why it would take so long to do a contract, but it happens, I guess. So once the reset form is signed, you are excused. You're welcome.
So I don't, the court. Okay.
If you can step over here.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome. Have a great day.
It's not- if you can sign. Ms. Chair. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Judge, I believe that's all that I have before you. May I be excused?
Oh, yes.
Thank you, Judge.
Have a great day. German Suarez.
That's mine, Judge. And the question is, does that motion go to you because it's pre-indictment? Do I take it somewhere else?
Judge Nahara.
Okay.
And for him, you have to have a motion filed.
Oh, I do.
Okay.
Did she give it to you?
Oh,
Okay.
I thought this was
No,
to set a bond, but I see you just want GPS to travel.
right.
State, have you reviewed his motion to alter GPS to allow for travel?
I have not shown it to them, Judge.
All right. Oh, no problem.
Let's see what's going on.
Okay. All right. So once you're ready, just come up.
And I need to ask for trial city on this.
Okay.
And she's in the front row.
All right, Leslie Cox.
The other one's not, we're doing paperwork.
Hello. Why were you late for court?
No excuse, Judge. I was right outside giving directions to my mother.
All right. So you can't be late for court. You understand?
Yes, sir.
So my understanding is that you're requesting a jury trial?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
How long do y'all expect this trial to last?
2 days,
A day,
maybe.
a day and a half to 2 days.
All right. Let me look at the calendar. I'm going to set it for for February 5th. I know that's a Monday. I know there may be murder trials that are up, but it's so you can get a real date potentially if that date is not good.
Okay.
Because we do have other cases that are set before you.
Do we need to be ready on that day, Judge?
I think on the February 6th, I think you all may have a murder trial.
Possibly, Judge.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna recall it back for February 5th.
Okay.
That's not a jury trial date per se. We usually do jury selection on Tuesday.
Right.
So we're gonna see where we are on February 5th.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, once I give you the reset form and you sign it, you are excused. Your plea deadline date has expired.
So we form some.
So. Thank you. And could I see the file on Joe Blakely? And Deputy Laura, when you all get a chance, can you bring up Joe Blakely?
Yeah, sure do. Thank you.
Tomas Hernandez? All right, come forward. Why were you late for court?
I was here before you called my name. I was just sitting in the back.
No, you were late. And the reason why I say you were late is because I called your name and you didn't answer.
Yeah, I did answer miss. I said, here, I'm right here. I promise
No,
you. You can
That's
check
why
it.
you were on the front row.
I was in the bed. I walked in here before you called my name. I
All right,
promise.
here's the thing. You can't be late for court. Do you understand?
Check the camera, miss.
All right.
I'm sorry. Miss.
No. I'm telling you, I called your name
And I said,
and I
here.
did not pronounce the H because I realized the H is not supposed to be pronounced. And there was no answer because if there were an answer, I would not have put NP by your name. All right, where are we? Today is his plea deadline date.
He wishes a jury trial around.
All right. How long is this trial going to take?
A day, Judge.
Okay. Could I have a reset form, some reset forms? I'm down to my last one. All right, thank you. All right, we're going to bring you back on February 5th. Counsel, we do have a murder trial on that day. We do jury selection on Tuesday, but I'm calling you back on that Monday. So if it were to go to trial, it's not going to be on that Monday. It's just to see where things are with the murder trial, so you'll know whether or not to come. All right, your plea deadline date has expired. The court will not accept any plea bargain agreements in this case without good cause. Otherwise, you'll have to plead open to the court. Do you understand? All right. All right, once you sign the reset form, you are excused. German Juarez.
It's fine, Judge.
All right, so state on this motion?
Yes, Judge.
I understand that you all are allowing him to be around the complainant because of the medical issue,
Yes, Your Honor.
but has anybody checked to see if there is an emergency protective order?
Given the
Because
date,
regardless of this,
I can triple check on it. I thought given the date, and I may have misread the date of offense, I would have assumed that the time horizon would have already expired, but I can double check.
all right, if
absolutely.
y'all want to double check, because
Sure.
even though I sang that, if somebody shows up or
course,
there's
Judge,
an
yeah.
argument,
Sure.
there's gonna be an
absolutely.
issue. All right, thank you.
Yeah.
Joe Blakely? Raphael, when do you expect your trial to be over with? Friday, okay. And Deputy Lord, whenever you get a chance, if you could have Mr. Blakely come out,
Yes.
or either if you all can let him know his attorney is in jury trial. So his case is being recalled for February 6th. No, it's Kimbrough. Yes. Yes. Just 1 second. Let me write this. Bashan, on Blakely, that's being recalled for February 6th. Defense counsel's in jury trial. Close it down.
This file went down to impact court yesterday.
Okay.
So I don't have a file.
All right, who's your client?
It's Katrina Ruiz, Your Honor. Yeah, she was on impact yesterday, but the state and I have come to an agreement on her case.
All right,
I'm
so
curious if we can get that taken care of today.
yes, we can get it taken care of today. If you will let impact court know that you're going to enter a plea and they'll send it back up.
Sounds good. I'll do
All
that,
right.
Judge.
All right, thank you.
Judge, the emergency order expired in September.
Okay,
of last
all
year.
right,
Good.
great.
Full credit
Copy
to
of this?
Miss Ally
Yeah,
Jackson. Your Honor.
If you want to take it to the back, the clerk will get you a copy and you can enter it in.
Because I've seen many a time where tempers are running high at a hospital and somebody calls the police. They're not even supposed to be here. And then,
Understood. Absolutely. Absolutely.
yes,
Thank you, Judge.
you're welcome.
I should have tempered his expectations, Judge.
He's hilarious. Inconceivable.
Oh.
Oh, that just went over his head because he hasn't seen Princess Bride.
It hurts, you know?
I still can't believe you have not seen Princess Bride.
Well, Judge, if the court would like to just delay trial a day, we can pull it up. Your Honor.
As you wish.
Also doesn't get that one.
All right, any update on whoever the special prosecutor is on Jasmine Hunt?
Judge, I sent an email to, I'll call to.
All right, thank you. All right, thank you.
For Bianca Herrera?
Yes.
Email for, I haven't heard anything back.
Okay. It's Why is this case special? Yeah, I mean, that requires a special prosecutor. What division is this?
CTD.
Okay. All right, counsel, if you're gonna run to another court and we'll see, yes, go ahead and then just check back in. And if you could check back in by 11. All right, thank you. And if you'll leave them your number, because if they come up, then we'll let you know. All right, thank you. Thanks for your patience. Are you ready?
Yes, Your Honor.
Troy Harris?
In the middle, sir.
All right, state on this case, it's family violence. Were they able to make an offer to you or no?
Yes, there's an offer on the table, Judge, which I communicated to Mr. Harris.
All right, how old are you, sir?
33.
All right, I'm gonna recall this for a plea deadline date. And I'm going to put it on. Counsel, are you available on February 12th?
Yes, Your Honor, state's available.
Is there any other day, Judge?
The 13th? You have a choice. The 12th, the 13th, or the 15th.
Let me see.
See, this
The
is what
12th,
happens
Judge.
when you give people choices.
The 12th.
All right. So we're going to bring you back on February 12th. On February 12th, you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting or rejecting the offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And state at that time, I'll also need an acknowledgement of discovery.
Absolutely, Judge.
All right, do you have any questions?
No.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
And let me just find this. And then your next person is Cynthia Gage.
Good, Judge.
All right, I believe this is criminal trial division. On this case, counsel, have you received all the discovery?
Yes, Your Honor.
Has an offer been tendered?
No, Your Honor.
State, you need to be prepared to make an offer on February 12th. So Ms. Gage, what will end up happening is on February 12th, the state will tender an offer to you, then I'll give you a plea deadline date. Do you understand? You have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Judge.
Thank you.
China Gonzalez.
Who?
China Gonzalez. Just that.
Okay. What page is she on?
But I mean, I don't mind. That makes sense.
I just happened Miss Melissa's here.
Yeah.
David, how's everything going? I know you had the family issues going. So how are things?
I mean, they're bad. My dad's in rehab, but he's not eating. And he supposedly he worked with occupational therapy and physical therapy, but you know, he's just getting weaker every day because he's not eating. And so I think from there, we're probably gonna be moving him in about 2 weeks because they'll only keep him for up to 4 to 5 weeks. So we'll probably move him to hospice.
All right. If you need anything, let us know.
I appreciate it.
And I'll let my mom know.
Thank you. And Judge on Prado, Jesus Prado, he was on yesterday.
Yes.
I think it was an accident that they brought him over today.
Mhm.
So we don't really need Jesus Prado today.
All right. If you could do me a favor, is there a clerk in the back?
Yes.
All right. If you could go back there and have them pull his file,
All right.
and then we'll take it up.
No problem. Judge.
Thank you. Can I see the parties on Jorge Sandoval?
Sandoval?
And Vashon, this is an application.
Judge, he was just here.
People want things done and then they don't want them done. All right, I'm gonna have you take a seat. And then once your counsel returns, we will take that matter up. Oh,
I
no,
thought they were here.
He was.
yes, that is not your fault. Tamar McIntyre.
That's all.
All right, good morning. So today is the day that an offer is due and discovery was supposed to be completed. So first things first, has discovery been completed?
In actual fact, yes, Your Honor, there's a formality. Able counsel for the state, Mr. Garahan, gave me a sealed document today that we had requested that is a Brady issue. The state has been very forthcoming about it. But because it's sealed, I need to seek leave from the court to have it unsealed so we can actually make use of it.
Okay.
But I'm aware of the substance of the document. Otherwise, I don't believe we have any discovery issues left at this time. It's obviously a large case. I mean, there may be a thing that comes up as we're progressing, but I believe the state has complied with 3914.
Okay. All right, once a motion is given, with regards to the sealed document state, is this something that I need to do an inspection? I mean, a camera?
You're aware
review?
of it, Judge.
Ah, okay. So then I'm assuming there's not going to be any objections to have it unsealed.
Not from the state to the defense with the sensitivity of the unsealing of it, I guess, Judge.
Okay. All right, then if you'll file the motion and I'll take that up.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, the next question is offer. Has that been tendered?
An offer has been tendered.
This is what I like. Everybody is following my orders and it's done. All right, so I'm going to give you all a plea deadline date. And Mr. McIntyre, this is the date you need to let the court know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. If you choose not to, then your plea deadline date will expire and the court will not consider any plea bargain agreements without good cause. Otherwise, you have to plea open. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So let's bring this back. All right, we can bring it back on February 20th
I've got.
or the 22nd, or we can do it the 13th. I'm sorry, these are the dates. February 12th, 13th, 15th, 20th, or 22nd.
22nd would be best for me, Your Honor.
All right, state, are you okay with February 22nd?
Yes.
All right, so we'll recall on February 22nd. And that will be the plea deadline date. And if he accepts the plea, if you all can confer off docket to perhaps get the paperwork done.
Yes, Your Honor. If for whatever reason we come to the conclusion that we'll be rejecting the offer, would the court accept a filing in writing to that effect?
Oh, no, you just come in and if you tell me that you're not accepting the offer, then the next setting will be a jury trial setting. All right, is there anything else?
Is there any opposition to me approaching Your Honor in chambers to have the order signed since we have no opposition on
Oh, no.
with respect to the seal?
Sure.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
Nothing from the defense.
All right, and have you completed your conversations with him? Or do you need more time to speak with him?
No, Your Honor, we're good. We'll be good.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, Deputy Laura, Mr. McIntyre can go back.
Regarding McIntyre, Joanne Oyos is on to lower charges.
Okay.
I understand that their case is gonna supersede.
Mhm.
I'll just check in with the court, but if whatever date that they get, if we could just.
All right,
prepare
it's
the next-
February 22nd.
February 22nd?
Yes.
All right, thank you, Judge.
All right, thank you. Oh, just 1 second.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yes.
I went to the back.
Yes. So the officer who is waiting for me. Hi, if you'll give us a moment, it's my understanding that the presiding court said they're on the bench, so they can't see you. Yeah. Where am I today? I think I'm on the bench, but okay, I'll take you up as soon as I can, all right? Thank you for your patience. Jesus Prado.
Morning, Judge.
Morning.
This was a case that was said yesterday.
Yes.
Couldn't be here. It was Christian. Was able to cover for me.
Okay.
I conferred with him. There's nothing new. So we're just looking for a reset. I think it had.
All right, actually it is. So we're coming back on this case. And can you make sure this is in the system? It's actually set for March 25th because there's a lot of discovery on here. And they need you to give them a hard drive. And so we're going to come back on March 25th and we'll make sure it's in the system. Do you have any questions about anything? All right, so just so you know, March 25th is strictly to make sure that the defense has all of the discovery. All right. And who else are you here for?
I have Jorge Sandoval for plea judge.
All right, Jorge Sandoval. And probation, this is an application. Court is calling 2023 CR 11289, State of Texas versus Jorge Sandoval. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Hank Wilkins for the state, Your Honor.
Defense?
David A. Garcia, attorney for Jorge Sandoval, Your Honor.
And are you Mr. Sandoval?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have you received all the discovery? Did you review it with your client?
I have and we have your.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Sandoval, I'm showing you what's entitled application for community supervision. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
Showing you what's entitled true bill of indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Your Honor.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Mr. Sandoval, I'm showing you what's entitled court admonishments and defendants waivers and affidavit of admonitions. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you're charged with the offense of possession of a controlled substance, penalty group 1 gram to 4 grams? That's a third-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 10 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call and the right to remain silent? Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
He has, Your Honor.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
He does.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
He is.
Mr. Sandoval, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Promise you anything other than the plea?
No, Your Honor.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, Your Honor.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, Your Honor.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 5 years in the prison. State recommends community supervision. This will run concurrent with County Court Cause number 717410. They're taking in consideration 2024 CR 0293. You are to forfeit the weapon from County Court Cause number 717410. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Your Honor.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
Showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Not heard, Judge.
Next, I'm showing you outside the agreement. State is requesting that your community supervision be for a term of 5 years. There be a TAP evaluation and 100 hours of community service restitution. Did you understand those are recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations?
Yes, Your Honor.
Then to the offense as charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Conscious.
State any evidence?
Your Honor, I offer State's Exhibit 1 in the attachments.
We reviewed states one and all attachments, Your Honor. We have no objections.
Showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Mr. Wilkins.
Yes,
Okay. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state would be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and court will review the same. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
We are, Judge.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Judge, my client made some mistakes, but he's hoping to prove himself if you go through with this plea bargain, so that he can become a viable member of our society and not have any further problems.
All right, and what happened with the stolen vehicle that's listed in the police report?
He wasn't charged with that, Judge.
Okay. All right, do you have any children?
Yes, ma'am.
What are their ages?
7, 12, and 15.
When's the last time you had contact with them before being taken into custody?
Since I've been incarcerated,
All right. And how long has that been?
like 4.5 months.
All right. When's the last time you had employment before being arrested?
So I was employed,
Doing what?
construction.
How often are you using drugs before taken into custody?
Just recreational, like
People usually don't do meth recreationally. So how long were you using drugs? And let me just tell you, I'm asking you these questions so I can give you conditions that will help you be successful. If you're dishonest with me, I'm going to go by whatever you tell me, even though I may know it's dishonest. And guess what? I will send you out into the world without any treatment. You will test positive for drugs, and you will come back to me and you will say on your motion to revoke, I have a drug problem, but I'm going to write down on this docket sheet whatever you tell me. So how often have you been using meth before you were taken into custody?
like years.
Hmm?
As in years,
No, I mean, how often per week? How often per day?
like 3-4 times a week.
And if you're released today, do you have a place to live?
Yes.
Who would you be living with?
My family, my parents.
Do they want you there?
Yeah, it's my house too.
No, I mean, people will say with my parents, but they never ask. They just assume that parents will accept them.
Saying that, yes.
All right. This is what the court is going to do. Court is going to sentence you to 5 years in prison, suspended and probated for 5 years. There's a $1,500 fine that will be probated. This is run concurrent with County Court Cause number 717410. There's to be a TAP evaluation in custody and a felony drug court referral in custody. Follow recommendations. With regards to felony drug court, they'll probably be able to see you. Today is Tuesday. They'll probably be able to see you this week. You need to be honest with them. It's a good program. They'll be able to help you. But if you're dishonest with them, they're not going to accept you. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be regular reporting by Zoom or in person. The UA hotline until further notice. Proof of employment within 45 days of release. No employment as a home healthcare provider or with minors. Field visits. 1 time per month. Until in treatment. 100 hours of community service restitution. I'm going to require parenting classes. Once he completes parenting classes, the community service hours will be deemed satisfied, and there's to be no unsupervised contact with minors. Once you're sober, the court will reconsider that. And he's to forfeit the weapon. And county court cause number 717410. Probation, is there anything else he needs? Is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No.
I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it? And did you sign it?
Yes, Judge.
Because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. Is there any gang issues with you?
No.
All right. And I'm sorry, probation, could you do a gang evaluation as well? All right. In this courtroom, communication is key, especially when you're on probation. If there's an issue you're having, contact probation. If you relapse, contact probation. Do not disappear. If you feel as though probation is not addressing your issue, you can always come back to court. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you.
You're welcome. Israel Cortez. Hello, how are you doing?
Fantastic. How about you?
Yeah. All right.
Shouldn't laugh when I say that, Judge.
No, but see, you know what? It's the joy in which you said it that makes me joyful. All right, so this is a first setting, and I'm understanding there's probably a lot of discovery.
So Judge, defense did hand over a hard drive to Jason. We've been pretty busy the last week or two, so we haven't had a chance to download the discovery onto that hard drive.
Okay.
But that's something that we could work on.
All right, so I'm going to give you a setting, and this is just for you all to see where we are in discovery. And then once discovery is done, then the next step will be for the state to tender an offer. And then the next setting will be for you to let me know whether or not you're accepting the state's offer. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so I'm going to bring you all back. Help me out here. When is spring break? I keep asking that. There are so many different spring breaks for different.
So he is the 11th through the 15th.
All right, so if I put this for discovery on March 5th, are you available?
Yes, Judge.
All right, so we'll have another discovery on March 5th. Okay? Any questions?
Is there a way we could do it on the 4th instead of the 5th?
Sure.
4th would be better.
All right, so we'll set it for discovery for March 4th. And Mr. Cortez, I'm trying to make sure that your counsel has everything about your case. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, is there anything else?
No, Judge.
All right, we'll see you all back on March 4th. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, this didn't make it to the file on Sandoval. Thank you. And that's that one. Who's here on Producio Rodriguez?
Good morning, Judge.
Good morning.
Mr. Rodriguez isn't out here yet, and the reason why is because I was here last setting.
Mhm.
Ron Ross is hired on the intox assault case.
Okay.
We're court appointed on the family violence case. I've conferred very much with the state, and I think where we're at is that the family violence case, the intox assault case is gonna control.
Okay.
So I feel like, and I've explained all of that to Prudencio, I explained that last time, but I feel like I can't continue.
No, I
There's
understand
nothing
what you're
else I
saying.
need to confer with.
All right, so what we'll do, we're gonna wait for Ron to come. And then we'll go from there
Okay.
and we'll get a setting.
May I be excused for now? And if the court needs me back, I can come back.
Sure. If you want to, if you're still in the courthouse, if you want to stop back, probably by 11:20.
Okay, yes,
All
ma'am.
right, thank you. Jordan Robbins.
Oh, really? Yeah.
Hello, hi.
How are you?
All right, so what's due now is an offer.
Which we were also here for a discovery matter.
Mhm.
And so what happened is we were given the information by Ms. Owens for what she wanted subpoenaed. We subpoenaed those records, and when we received the records, we discovered that there was something additional. So basically, the pediatrician had sent her to a hospital for testing. We weren't given that information until last week, so we're still waiting for the hospital to return with the records.
And Judge, the only information we had was from our client's insurance claim that we gave to the state. The mother of the complainant, or basically the guardian, is the gatekeeper of that information. And so I gave them what we had. We don't have any other way to get any more information. And so I followed up with them about it, and they told me last Wednesday that they're awaiting all of those hospital records. They are key, and I believe will be instrumental in our defense. And so we are asking for those records, Judge, to see if we are gonna be hiring an expert to interpret them. We don't even know what's in them. They gave us 19 pages of what the pediatrician provided this morning. But we are asking for those records, Judge, and it seems to me like they have ordered them.
Yes, they were subpoenaed last Wednesday with a return date of yesterday, but it's a hospital and they have not responded to the subpoena yet.
All right. We're calling this back on February 20th. And this is what's the 20th. This is what's going to happen on February 20th. That will give everybody plenty of time for that hospital to have given things. If they have not turned things over, then whoever the person is at the hospital, they will need to be subpoenaed to be here on the 20th.
Yes, Judge.
All right. And on the 20th, I'm going to expect an offer to be tendered.
Yes, Judge.
Okay. Is there anything else?
And just for clarification, Judge, that would be when the records are due. We would get the offer, and then the case would then be set for trial.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
All right. And this will be the last date for this discovery on this case.
Yes, Judge.
All right, once you all sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, who's the officer? If you can come forward on your matter. All right, if you'll come around here. All right, how's it going? Okay, let me read it. Oh, no problem.
In 2 minutes and all.
Yes, ma'am.
If mentioned. I'll dock it up in front of the state. Right over us. Or the pipe is small. With every. Even heads. Thank you, we just see you. I did, yes, I did. Thank you so much. Look at him thinking.
All right, can you mute us for a second, please? Hello. All right, Frank Torres.
Judge, I'm here on that. This is a PSI set for Thursday.
Yes.
The defendant, it's an agreed deferred adjudication.
Mhm.
That Judge Angelini took the plea,
Mhm.
but he's having a medical procedure done on Thursday, so we were hoping to move it maybe 1 week to February 8th, Thursday, February 8th.
All right, State, are you all okay with moving this?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, I think.
That's you. Oh, okay. Maybe.
All right, we'll do it on February 8th.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thanks, Judge.
Who's the dealer?
Destiny Alvarez. Good
Mr.
morning. All right, Miss Alvarez, why were you late?
My and then I couldn't find the court, so never been to this one.
All right, so now you know where the courtroom is. I require that everybody's on time. You understand? All right, so where are we on this case?
Judge, I spoke with the prosecutor that's going to be handling this case. It's from the Texas Department of, he's from the Texas Department of Insurance. This is our first setting. I imagine it's a pretty document intensive case, so I just need, I'm just asking for a reset to make sure we have all discovery and go over all that with my client.
All right, so let me see here.
Even though it's a 2022 case number, Judge, it's the first setting, I believe, just because the warrant was out. I think it was a sealed case.
All right, are you available for March 4th?
Should be. Let me just check real quick, Judge. That works for me, Judge.
All right, that will be your discovery date.
Thank you.
Once you sign the reset form, you are excused.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Desiree Castro. All right. Katrina, there's the reset form. Once you sign it, you're excused.
Thank you, Judge.
Oh,
Nice to
and
see
your child's photo has made it to my mom's album.
Awesome.
So how are things going with her?
Good. She's gonna be 1.5 next month. So she's already walking and kind of running around everywhere and
See, that's when
trying to
you're
talk.
like, I'll be so glad when they walk. And then when they start walking, it's like terrifying.
Everything that's not a toy is what they want to play with.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
And then
Anything
wait till they
dangerous.
start climbing and you're
Yeah.
just like,
Oh, she's climbing already.
oh my
Yeah.
gosh. And it's like, that's dangerous.
Yeah, no fear at all.
Yeah.
Just wants to play with like kitchen utensils, climb unstable things.
And you can give them the best toys on the planet. And you know what
Right.
they love?
Yeah,
Pots and pans and
Exactly.
a spoon.
until you start playing with their toy, then they want it back.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. All right. Have a good one.
Thank you. Good to see you, Judge.
You too. Katrina Ruiz. Thank you. And Ms. Abrams, on Frank Torres, that sentencing has been moved to February 8th. It's 2023-7903. Court is calling 2023 CR 2917, State of Texas versus Katrina Ruiz. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state
It's not done for the state.
defense?
Mario Moreno for the defense room.
Are you Ms. Ruiz? Counsel, have you received all the discovery and did you review it with your client?
I have it and I did, Your Honor.
Court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Ms. Ruiz, I'm showing you what's entitled application for deferred adjudication. Did you review that with your attorney Did you understand it? Did you sign it? Going to show you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
We will waive it.
State, are you proceeding on the indictment as presented?
We are, Your Honor.
Ms. Ruiz, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places? Did you understand you're charged with the offense of aggravated assault with a deadly weapon? That's a second-degree felony. The range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. You're going to have to speak up.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea bargain agreement, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
And did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case? You understand that the court would grant your application for deferred adjudication. If for any reason your deferred adjudication were revoked, the court could find you guilty, sentence you up to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine.
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
She has her.
Do you believe she has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against her?
Yes, sir.
Do you believe she's currently competent, was legally sane at the time of the offense?
I do believe so.
Ms. Ruiz, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Are you satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived her right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, state recommends deferred adjudication. They're taking in consideration County Court Cause number 721061. There's an affirmative finding of family violence. There's to be no contact with Nia Amor and Maya Ortega. Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand with an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to be designated as primary custodial parent? Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense?
Yes, sir.
State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you also understand if the court determines that there was a weapon involved, the court will enter an affirmative finding of deadly weapon?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Going to show you what's entitled waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal? The only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
Not filed. No.
Outside the agreement, the state is requesting that your deferred adjudication be for a term of 6 years. Did you understand those were recommendations from the state and the court does not have to follow those recommendations? Then to the offenses charged, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest?
State, any evidence?
Yes, Your Honor. State offers states one and attachments.
No objections.
And state, have you been in contact with the complainants?
Yeah,
All right, and they're aware of this offer?
they are.
All right. All right, you may continue to
Thank you,
confirm.
Judge.
You're welcome. Going to show you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments, and the court will review the same. All right. After reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachments, the court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty. The court will defer finding of guilt as you've applied for deferred adjudication. Are you proceeding with sentencing?
Yes, sir.
Anything you wish to say on behalf of your client?
Only, Your Honor, that Ms. Ruiz has been a very exceptional client, very nice young lady, as far as I'm aware, in terms of her relationship with me, very respectful. She's always been very respectful to the court as well, on time, and present at every hearing. We'll ask that the court please follow the plea agreement and recommendation.
All right. Are you employed?
Yes, ma'am.
What do you do?
I work at Costco.
Okay. Any children?
No, ma'am.
So who are you living with now?
I live with my dad.
Okay. All right. This is what the court will do. The court will sentence you to 6 years deferred adjudication. There's to be no contact with Nia. I don't know if this is pronounced Sade or Sadie.
Sade.
Sade, Sade.
Yes, ma'am.
Amor, Amor, or Maya Ortega. Proof of employment within 15 days. No employment as a home health care provider or with minors. There's an affirmative finding of deadly weapon. Affirmative finding of family violence. There should be regular UAs. Or you can do the patch. Patch costs more, but with the patch, they just put it on you and then they see you probably once a month to remove it. Regular reporting by Zoom or in person. Field visits 1 time per month for 2 months. And the BIPP course. Probation, is there anything else she needs? All right, is there anything else you need from the court to be successful?
No, ma'am.
All right, and taking consideration County Court Cause number 721061. All right, I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, because this is a plea bargain agreement, because I followed your plea bargain agreement, and because you waive your right to appeal, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Because this is an affirmative finding of family violence, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, we can go off the record. This is what I've learned on my time on the planet. When you break up with somebody, this whole thing of we're going to continue to live together, we're going to continue to sleep in the same room, then you're not broken up. And you can't be on the phone talking to people that your current ex thinks you should not be talking to because you all think y'all are still in a relationship and you're not. So usually when you break up with somebody, it's best to cut the ties completely. So I've given you a no contact order. That means you are not to call. You're not to text. If they call or text you, you need to block them. If they come by your home, you need to call the police, because if something happens, I know Valentine's is coming up. People get in their feelings. They want to send some flowers. Hey, let's try to make this work. No. And this is the other thing I learned from my grandmother. When you break up with somebody, unless you've addressed the problems that caused the breakup, they're still there waiting for you. And they'll be waiting for you after the chocolate and the flowers are given. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
There's to be no contact. And before you get in another relationship, get an orchid. Get it with the flowers on it because they're beautiful, right?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
see them and you're like, this is so beautiful. Take it home. Once those flowers fall off, you really will not be ready for a relationship until you get that same orchid to bloom again. And I say that because orchids, they have all these instructions, put ice cubes in them. You're not supposed to put ice cubes in them.
Oh.
They have these instructions. Give it sunlight, but not direct sunlight. Don't move it too much. So orchids teach you patience. And then you know what else it teaches you? When you put all the work in and you want those flowers to bloom and they don't, it teaches you acceptance. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Oh, I just, sorry, clarification from the court.
Yes.
Miss Ruiz would be able to swing by her pretrial service officer for the removal of her GPS device as well.
All right, any objections to the removal of GPS?
I know, Your Honor.
All right. All right, GPS will be removed. Can I have her file? Thank you.
Thank you.
And there's been some recalls on certain things at Costco's. You know, I went to Costco's once and I'm like, Costco's, you can go in there from birth to death. You know, they sell caskets at Costco's. Yeah, I'm just like,
Never looked for it.
I'm like stunned. And they're right next to the vending machines.
Oh.
Fun fact.
a while before.
But I tell you, the good thing about Costco's, if you go to Costco's on Saturday, you can take a date to Costco's on Saturday because all the food is free. Every section you go to, you can give them shrimp because they're serving a shrimp. Then they have the alcohol beverages. Then you go to dessert. You can take somebody for a full meal. Say, this is our date.
Make a note of that.
Make a note.
I really, really like the $1.50 hot dog and drink combo, Judge. That's
Get out of town. Well, I may have to stop back by. And if your date thinks you're being cheap, you know what you can tell them? Do you know how much this Costco card costs? All right, they'll go over conditions with you. If there's an issue, let probation know. If you feel like they're not addressing it, you can come back to this court. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. All right, good. I'll take that up.
You need a column. You need a column.
Will you help me with the column on relationships?
The column.
All right. All right. Everyone, just give me 2 minutes. And then after that, I'm going to take up Prudencio Rodriguez, Josh Shanae Caldwell, and then to the officer, I'll take up the warrant issue. Prudencio Rodriguez.
He's being brought up, Judge.
Okay. Josh Shanae Caldwell. All right, thank you.
Is anybody back?
This.
Okay, let me see if I can.
All right, and I think your client was previously sitting on the front row. Is that correct?
Yeah, but I had, yes, ma'am, I had moved because you said if you was late, but I wasn't late.
All right, so people, let me explain to everybody what late is in the 187. Late is if you're not in your seat by 9 a.m. And I don't ask anybody to do what I wouldn't do, although my situation is different from people who are accused. But I'm always here at 8:30. And you know why I'm here at 8:30? Because I want to be on time for 9. And sometimes at 8:30, you just need to get your thoughts together because you thought you were going to be retired and you're not. So you have to get in the mind frame to you not being retired. And this is what defense attorneys tell me when they see me. And sometimes I'm not here at 8:30 and I'm rushing. You know what they tell me? They're like, Judge, you don't have to be on time. Everybody's here for you. And Mr. Cox will tell you, defense attorneys, you know what judges would tell them? You don't need to be on time. It's your client who needs to be on time because you're not going to jail. Your client will. And every attorney will tell you, one of the rules we learned in law school, you know what it was? Make sure that you, as a defense attorney, don't end up going to jail. So there we go. So you cannot be late for this court anymore. Now, the plea deadline date was on January 29th. Your client wasn't present, so we recalled it for today. So where are we on the plea? Or do we want a jury trial?
I think we're gonna have to set it for jury trial.
All right.
I'll confer, you say until the end of the day, right?
All right, if you all want to confer.
Okay.
All right,
I'll confer.
all right, I'll hold this. You all confer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, could I see the officer, please? And if you'll come here. Oh, come around this way, yes.
Yeah.
You want me to?
Yes.
There you go. Have a good one, Marsh.
This is the way to do
Sure.
Let her know why we're asking for.
Desiree Castro.
That's one, yes.
Okay.
Ms. Castro, we can set Thursday on GPS itself.
Mhm.
It's not.
Mhm.
But her mother's getting very close to dying and trying to go miss house here. And we can't agree to it, but.
Agree with your discussion, so we can't agree.
Well, do you all have any documentation? And she's an IC.
I have documentation at the office, Judge, I can get that.
All right, if you'll just send a documentation to attach it. Because I'm assuming her grandmother is not the complainant. All right, yes, so just give me documentation for this.
Let me get this on this page. You ready to plead this for me?
Who?
Carefully.
Okay.
Time off for the vacation. But there is this, it's 2,000 population. It's not even going on now. We would leave to participate in this, look at it, please.
Mhm.
So we're asking for some time for sentencing for him to do his deposition and participate in all that.
Okay, we should, all right, thank you.
And that cooperation is that's contemplated in the plea bargaining agreement.
All right. Vortier on Verjus, what is the charge?
Indecency and sexual assault child.
Okay.
It's several counts.
All right, 15 minutes each, okay. All right, we shall see.
Yeah.
All right, thank you. Derek Reyes. And Diana, this is two pleas. Court is calling 2023 CR 2568 and 2569, State of Texas versus Derek Reyes. Can I have parties announced for the record for the state?
Daniel Escobar for the state of Texas.
Defense,
Louis Martinez on behalf of Mr. Reyes.
are you Mr. Reyes?
Yes.
Sir, you need to have a seat. Counsel, in each of the cause numbers, have you received all the discovery and did you review that with your client?
Yes, Judge, I have, and just for the purpose of the record, there's some different evidence listed in each case. It's the same incident. There was some stuff that was uploaded by the state separately. It was provided only under one case number, but it's the same, and I've reviewed it all with my client. For the record, I want to go ahead and make sure it's clear.
All right. Then in each cause number, the court will find that the state is in compliance with discovery. Mr. Reyes, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled True Bill of Indictment. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, do you waive the reading of the indictment?
I do, Judge.
State, are you proceeding? I'm sorry, are you proceeding in each case as stated?
Your Honor, in each case, we're proceeding on count 1 and waiving count 2.
And that's without objection, Judge.
All right. Mr. Reyes, in each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled Court Admonishments and Defendants Waivers and Affidavit of Admonitions. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand in each cause number, you're charged with intoxication manslaughter? That's a second-degree felony. Range of punishment is anywhere from 2 to 20 years in prison and up to a $10,000 fine. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
If you have a plea with the state, the court does not have to follow your plea. If for any reason the court does not follow your plea and gives you more than you bargained for, the fact that you entered a plea will not be used against you and you will be allowed to withdraw your plea. Did you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand that you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you understand by entering this plea, you were giving up those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Did you intend to give up those rights and enter into a plea in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Counsel, has your client been able to provide you with any defenses?
Yes, Your Honor, yes.
Do you believe he has a rational as well as a factual understanding of the charges against him?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you believe he's currently competent and was legally sane at the time of the offense?
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
Mr. Reyes, has anyone threatened you, coerced you, or placed you in fear to get you to enter the plea?
No, ma'am.
Anyone promised you anything other than the plea?
No, ma'am.
Satisfied with the way you've been represented?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you a U.S. citizen?
Yes, ma'am.
And each cause number, the court will find that the defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived his right to jury trial. Showing you the plea bargain page. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it?
Yes, ma'am.
According to the plea, punishment is to be assessed at 12 years in the prison. The cases were run concurrently. There's to be restitution to the family of Cynthia Shepherd, Melissa Boel, Boehl, Tiffany Diaz, Ashley Ramos, and you are to cooperate in the civil lawsuit currently pending in relation to the case. Did you understand that to be the plea?
Yes, ma'am.
Defense, is that the plea?
It is, Judge.
State, is that the plea?
Yes, Your Honor.
And each cause number, I'm showing you the waiver of appeal paragraph. Did you review that paragraph with your attorney? Did you understand it? Did you sign it in both places?
I did, yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand by signing that you're waiving your right to appeal, that the only items that can be appealed are written pretrial motions that have been filed, heard, and ruled upon by the court? Did you understand?
Yes, I did.
Counsel, have there been any such motions?
There have been none, Judge.
Then to each case, how do you plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
No contest.
State any evidence.
State offer states exhibit 1 in both cases.
And that's without objection, Judge.
In each cause number, I'm showing you what's entitled waiver and consent to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Did you review those documents with your attorney? Did you understand them? Did you sign them in all the appropriate places?
Yes, Your Honor.
Again, did you understand you have a right to jury trial, a right for you or your attorney to cross-examine and confront any witnesses that the state would call in the right to remain silent?
Yes, Your Honor.
Did you understand that today the state will be presenting evidence in the form of witnesses' statements and police reports, but most importantly, there will be no live testimony? Did you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Court will find that defendant has knowingly and voluntarily waived and consented to stipulation of testimony and stipulations. Court will accept into evidence states exhibits 1 and attachments and review the same. All right, after reviewing states exhibits 1 and attachment, it's in each cause number. The court will find there is sufficient evidence to find you guilty, and the court will find you guilty. And it's the court's understanding that both parties are asking for a reset for sentencing. Is that correct?
That's correct, Judge.
Yes, Judge.
So when are the depositions to take place?
Judge, we just worked out this deal, so the depots have not been scheduled. So I would ask for 45 days to get this done.
All right, we're going to recall this back for March 25th.
Thank you, Judge.
Let me make sure that's right on this calendar. Yes. So we're going to come back on March 25th. And that will be your date for sentencing, and it's going to be at 9 a.m. I'll give you a reset form and then you will be excused.
Okay.
And once you sign that, you're both excused.
Thank you. Yes, ma'am, thank you.
You're welcome. And Luis, instead of coming back with that information, if you email it, we'll take care of it.
I'll try to get it for you right now, Judge.
Thank you. All right, where is Carl Basil? Oh, okay, thank you.
Just checked with my client and I checked with the clerk. We're still waiting. He's met with a psychologist, but we haven't gotten a report yet. Clerk just pulled it up. We're still waiting on the psychologist.
All right. Just one moment.
Do you need all the case numbers?
Oh, they just need to pull the file.
Okay, that's fine. You want to sit or off case? He's got a bunch of cases. Oh, nice. He's got 5 cases. 1, 2, yeah, 5.
All right, Mr. Oleg. So have they told you when they are going to have it ready?
No, I just asked him if he met, and he said he met with him. I don't know the answer when. I just had the clerk call it up to make sure nothing's been filed that I didn't know about.
All right, do you
Because I've
know,
not received anything yet.
all right, do you know when you met with the doctor?
It's like in December. He said in December, so I don't know why we got reports yet, so.
All right, so what we're gonna do is we're recalling this back for,
I can go check with the MAG court after
right.
this.
We're gonna come back on February 5th.
That's fine. I'll go check with the MAG court right now. So
All right, we're gonna bring you back on February 5th, and at that time, we're gonna find out what's going on with this, all right? All right, thank you. Oh, paperwork has been cut off. They'll have to come back to get it done this afternoon. Nathan Cruz. All right, on this case, did the state make an offer?
State tendered an offer, Judge. I have to send a counter to Jason. He has to then staff the counter with Joe and Tamara.
All right, this is going to be your plea deadline date. Your plea deadline date is going to be February 22nd. Is that enough time for everyone?
I think so, Judge. Yes, sure.
All right, February 22nd will be your plea deadline date.
Thank you, Judge. May we be
All right,
excused?
yes,
Appreciate it.
thank you.
Sir. Other side.
Are you already on Rodriguez? For Decenio Rodriguez?
No, Judge.
All right, thank you. And has the special prosecutor come on Jasmine Hunt?
Judge. That's okay. It says it again.
All right. Can I see the file on Jasmine Hunt? Are you able to come back this afternoon?
Yes, no, yes.
All right, if you can come back at 1:30 and state if we can see where the special prosecutor is. So we'll bring her back at 1:30. Hello, you're on Miss Josh and H. Caldwell.
Yes, Judge. Is there any way I can extend the, I'm trying to work something.
Okay.
Can we extend the plea deadline? Is there any way I could extend that plea deadline?
All right, February 6th.
All right, thank you, Judge.
I'll give her a reset form and she needs to be here on time. If she's not here on time, a warrant's going to be issued for her arrest. Do I stroll in? Especially if I'm late? No.
All right. All right, thank you, Judge.
Yes. So if she's not on time, you will find her in the box and in custody.
All right.
You see what I'm saying? Those are places where. No, I would. Please don't say it, you know. That's why. Yeah. Mother, okay. And she said, we can all just come over. He said, if you go back to so I'm just, he's got some. Also, he was on the first. He does, he got a little bit of history. But I think, but how long ago? He has one against a different one in 2015. Yeah. And he's got the assault second. Well, that's, the other one's a felony though, less than 10 years old. That's the assault second. What happened? Well, that was, I think, also. We're talking about some mean different files. Or still get the affirmative fighting for instance, which is, it's not nothing. I will say, I think two things it's cool. You told me some information in a good way. You presented me with some stuff about phone calls. So maybe we can actually answer this, because you gave me information. I can reach out to this. But if email to. What's your yeah, if you could, yeah, that'd be very helpful. I can. This is the. That file's okay, but this is how things get done. See it. Let's do it. Marshall. I just thought. MA or. Oh, I understand. Marshall.
We're gonna take this up and I'll give you all when to recall.
Oh, and but I will say, I'm for now. Let's say we can talk about. So when judge asked about maybe today. I think, yeah. Well, that charge exists, yes. Yes, so. I can talk about something like that. I'm thinking then we'll work these things out that. Allegation. One could argue. Yeah, right. You could argue that. Well, right, I wrote that down, potentially, not this positive, but to like a deadly combat. I'll stick with the 8 silent. So we can approach judge.
And I'm looking to see what that is about. No, I just have.
Well, there you go. But I wrote it down, at least that would keep up to something new.
Not too long. Patients here. Patients are on top of it, right?
I've seen one or two of them.
Kind of figuring out what I need to do. I have no idea.
Oh, you, the search of the house?
No. She doesn't have court files.
Well, you're not gonna have it. A lot of time officers now.
Argue.
They'll
Right,
meet the
he has
body.
something.
So it's in their general.
Do you need me to
It's
text
nothing
Carolina?
out of the ordinary. We try to target it what we have on, so.
I printed it
We'll
out,
talk
but
about it.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, if it's not defending communication, it's also not, they'll mute it themselves. Yeah, I'm talking about, you know, they do, she may look. I don't know. What would you do? What's the remedy? Well, the.
You didn't
if
bring
I'm
it with
listening-
Catalina or Christina Ruiz?
It's not. You know, it's definitely bodies. She could, well, potentially, I'm just going to. She could stay on the stand.
Yes.
We actually got a response.
Oh, awesome.
Keep on. Thank you, Father. My CDs are policy.
Yes. So what is happening with Ms. Hunt?
Yes, ma'am. I got an email from Dr. Lorena, who's one of the ADAs who works in the mental health court, and Ms. Hunt was rejected from the mental health PTD judge.
All right. So then we just need to do sentencing.
Finish up the sentencing. We had agreed.
So- Is she here?
She's in custody.
Yes. If you can bring her up and we'll take this plea.
Okay.
And that way we won't have to bring her back.
Let me bring him in for.
Want me to run in the back? I'll run in the back. Cause if they brought up the other one, they would have brought both, right? Okay, let me go check.
Yes, I'm trying, yes, I have the Hunt file. So we just need to do sentencing on it. All right, so Deputy Laura,
Yes, Judge.
on Anthony Davis,
Yes, Your Honor.
he's in custody
Yes.
and we have not heard from Eddie Brobenick, have we?
No, he has not been here.
All right, so we're gonna recall that for Wednesday.
Okay.
Yes. Could I see that file, please? Yes. And Deputy Laura, if you let Davis know that his attorney did not show? Bashan, Anthony Davis is coming back on the 31st. Joanne Galindo, I'm sorry, Angel Galindo with Joanne Echo.
She was here, she requested him and she never came back
All right, could I see that file, please?
because he is out here, Your Honor.
Okay. Oh, no problem. Angel Galindo. State, did you all have a chance to confer with Joanne Echo on Angel Galindo?
Yes, ma'am. I have written an offer in the file, but she hasn't come back from the other courts yet, so I haven't been able to
All
convey
right.
that to her.
We'll recall that at 1:30. And then Keith Hunt. Brian Kimbrough he's in a jury trial, correct?
Yes.
All right, could I see the file on Keith Hunt?
Patreon is running down.
Mr. Hunt, come forward. All right, Mr. Hunt, I'm going to need you to take a seat in the box and we're going to wait for your attorney. And Deputy Laura,
Yes, Your Honor.
we're going to hold him for 1:30 and we'll see if we can get his attorney here. Mr. Hunt, we're going to contact your attorney. He's in jury trial across the hall. You understand? The reason why you're in handcuffs is because the court received a violation report. It's a second violation report, and it's a violation of a no contact order with the complainant. So what we're going to do, your attorney is going to have a break from his trial and we'll have him come over. You're welcome. Hank Finney. Hello, Mr. Finney.
Good morning.
Good morning. You're always on time and you always dress appropriately. I appreciate that. Even when attorneys are not on time, you are.
What's that saying? He may not come when you want him. He's always right on time.
Yeah, but you know, that's not for mere human beings. All right, so today the state was supposed to make an offer.
So, Your Honor, yes, two small updates for you. State did tender an offer, and defense provided some new information to the state that we would love to follow up on with our complainants, just in the course of due diligence. So the state would respectfully request if we may have maybe a week or two to follow up on some of the new information that defense counsel provided today.
All right, we're going to recall you. Your plea deadline date is going to be February 13th.
Awesome.
I'll give you a reset.
Right before Valentine's Day?
Well, as if you made plans. I know your wife has made plans, but you have not.
I always make plans, Judge.
It doesn't count if they're late
No,
and they're not thought out if it's last minute.
When I asked my wife to marry me, I made plans already. Right. I made future plans. They were already in play.
But did you wait at the last minute? I think so.
No, matter of fact, I've already, not just for my wife, but for all my kids, I've already gotten huge Valentine cards and stuff. So I'm gonna drive up to my daughter in college. I'm gonna drive up and give her hers.
Okay, it is so hard to believe that she's already in college. Time has moved so
Second
quickly.
year of college.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you getting older, Judge.
No, I'm not. I am not. Well, you know what? Thank you.
Yeah.
You know what? It's okay to get old as long as you don't look older. So,
No, that's right.
but, and no health issues catch up with you. So, but I appreciate that. See, he has no clue.
February 13th.
Yes, once you sign the reset form, you're excused.
Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, here's the file.
They're very bright.
All right, so Rodriguez, where are we? Okay, I think it will be resolved, but okay. All right, so what's gonna end up happening? I know you all will have it resolved, but you're gonna have to be back here at 1:30. All right? Oh, it will be resolved, because this is the last day to resolve it. So 1:30. So that's Rodriguez.
Older you get, the faster time goes.
Oh, it does. After you reach 21, it's all quickly. You know, people always complain about Mother Nature, but it's really Father Time you have to watch out for. All right, everyone, court is going on recess. And we'll be back at 1:30. Yes. All right, so